I remember the first time I saw Reyna. She was beautiful. I met her my senior year in college at a conference.
Look out, dog, I got this here.
Hello, my name is Reyna, and you are?
I'm Marcus, and it's a pleasure.
I thought Marcus was so cute the first time I laid eyes on him. He was looking so good in that suit. I knew there was something different about him.
So, what are you about to do?
Nothing? Well, what do you want to do?
Would you like to go for a walk?
That would be nice. Let's go.
I'm going.
He asked me to go for a walk. I couldn't take my eyes off of him. I was drawn to him.
That walk we took was the beginning of something special.
We talked about everything from relationships to career goals, love, marriage, and even kids. You're so funny.
Yeah. You know, you got kind of a Kool-Aid smile.
A Kool-Aid smile? I don't think I've heard that line before.
Oh, now wait a minute now. I don't use lines. I tell the truth.
Well, I had to ask. You are a man.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, he was flirting with me, but I was trying not to let him know that I was enjoying it, but I couldn't hide it. He was making me feel good.
You know, I don't believe in love at first sight, but there was this kind of chemistry between us right from the start.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No, I do not have a girlfriend.
You're lying to me. I'm sure there's plenty of girls trying to get with you out there.
What makes you say that?
Just assume that a handsome man like yourself would have a girl.
Keep that in mind then. But what about you? Do you have a man?
Now see, at this point, I knew she was gonna say that she didn't have a man.
Yes, I have a man. His name is Kenny.
She had a man. Damn!
I have a man, but he doesn't treat me right. Actually, I caught that asshole cheating on me a couple of times. That's crazy.
Look, I don't mean to pry, but why are you still with him?
Well, because I do care for Kenny, and I know that I would be lonely without him. At the time, I was tired of dealing with Kenny, and only God knew what he was doing while I was away. So I decided to spend some time with Marcus.
We spent all day and half the night together. But then the next morning we had to leave. All good things come to an end.
Marcus and I kept in contact for years.
We wrote and called each other on a regular basis. And I wondered if we were in the same city, could we have a relationship?
I knew that if Marcus was here, we could be together. But he wasn't here, so I continued to date.
I held a little torch for Reyna, but I knew that us hooking up probably wouldn't happen. So I dated here and there. You are cordially invited to the wedding of Reyna. Reyna's getting married.
When Marcus opened that wedding invitation, he looked so pitiful. After he told me what happened between him and Reyna, I knew he still had feelings for her. So why don't you give her a call and tell her how you feel? You only get one chance at love.
See, right there, that's the one thing I'm not trying to do is ruin anything with their future. Just gotta deal with it.
You still have feelings for her after all these years, and it's gonna eat you up inside if you don't tell her.
Look, our wedding is coming soon, and it's just something I have to handle. Time, space, love, and romance don't always align. They just don't always align, you know.
I tried to convince Marcus to call Reyna, but he didn't. He wrote her a letter to congratulate her on her marriage. I wish for something I could do to get them together.
Hey, I really appreciate you helping me pack.
Girl, anytime. And that thing for my girl, Reyna.
You're so sweet.
I know. I do know this. But, Reyna.
Yeah.
Who's Marcus Taylor?
Marcus?
No,
Remember the guy I met in college? He's from Houston. Marcus, do you remember the guy? Taylor? Tall, handsome, fine-looking man.
Yeah, I remember him now. Yeah.
So fun.
What about him?
Well, we wrote letters to each other. He was so romantic.
He must ain't had nothing else better to do. Where's your tape at?
Reyna went on and on about this Marcus guy for minutes. I mean, I hadn't seen her this happy about a guy in a long time. That included her fiancé.
So, you know I invited Marcus to the wedding.
You did what?
I invited him to the wedding.
Okay, hold on. So, what are you gonna do when this fine brother comes to your wedding? You gonna walk down the aisle, see him, and do what?
I'm gonna walk down the aisle, look at him, smile, and marry Robert. And that's the end of the story.
Not that I have anything against Robert, besides his stink-ass attitude, and the fact that we don't get along. But you know I don't like him. And besides, I can tell, you know, Marcus just makes you feel better than Robert does. That's who you need to be marrying.
Contrary to popular belief, I'm not a hater. I mean, I don't hate everyone. I just hate Robert. See, I don't believe that Robert is right for Reyna. See, I knew that Reyna still had feelings for Marcus after all of these years. I had a revelation that Reyna should see Marcus before the wedding. So I decided to write down Marcus' address and number so I could call him. I wanted him to come to Austin and see Reyna. I wanted to be sure Reyna was making the right decision. I didn't want her having any regrets about anyone after she marries Robert.
Reyna was always on my case. If it wasn't about not spending enough time with her, it was about this damn wedding.
Hey, baby. Sorry I'm late. I got tied up at the office again.
As usual. This is the second time this week. Have you taken care of everything you have to do for the wedding?
No?
Robert, I guess you don't realize that our wedding is next week.
I told you I've got everything under control, all right?
You've got it under control. Life isn't going to be like this after we're married, is it?
No, it won't be unless
right
you
now
don't stop
you're acting
nagging me
as if
about
you
this
don't
little
give a
shit.
damn.
You're such a nag, you know that? Reyna, wait.
That's why I don't date black women.
Baby, I'm sorry. You know I didn't mean what I said. I've really been on a lot of stress here lately.
I know. I just want our marriage to work.
We will. I'll make it work.
I was late. Had to work a little overtime. You know, after a while, it's getting kind of tough trying to juggle two women on the side. But, you know I maintain, just like a true player would.
Reyna's friend Brianna called for Marcus, but he wasn't home. She explained her scheme to get Reyna and Marcus to meet before the wedding.
Monica was telling me that Marcus was sick when he got his invitation. And I told her I could tell that Reyna still had feelings for Marcus. So we arranged everything so they could meet. We agreed that Reyna and Marcus would meet the Wednesday night before her wedding.
I'm sure that Brianna wouldn't have a problem getting Reyna to the hotel. But how in the hell was I supposed to get Marcus from Houston to Austin? Marcus, you're off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, aren't you?
Yep.
Cool, let's go to Austin and visit Cousin Craig. I don't have classes those days.
Well, I don't have anything else to do. Plus, it'll be nice to spend time with little sister.
I'll call Craig and tell him we're coming. And, you could visit Reyna before she becomes Mrs. Maxwell.
Anyway, we'll leave Wednesday.
Okay, so that was a lot easier than I thought.
That Wednesday before the wedding, Reyna told me she was going to eat with Brianna. You know, I never understood why she liked hanging out with Brianna's ghetto ass. Well, it worked out anyway. You know, that gave me a chance to kick it with Lena.
Reyna is so stupid. I was spending more time with her fiance than she was. If she only knew how many times I stayed the night at Robert's place. But you see, I've been played before, and I know that men lie and they cheat.
The day that Marcus and Reyna were supposed to meet, Marcus sent a letter to Reyna. It said that Marcus wouldn't make it to the wedding, and he wished her all the happiness in her new marriage. So is Marcus coming to the wedding?
No, he's not.
Look, Reyna, are you sure you want to marry Robert? I mean, I just want to be sure that you're sure that this is what you want to do. I mean, I just hope that you're not settling for Robert because that's all you see.
I'm not settling for anyone. I'm choosing him because he's the man that I love.
Look, baby, just because you chose him doesn't mean that God chose him for you.
Brianna pissed me off about Robert, but I can't get mad at her. She's like a sister to me. Along with the other advice that she gave me, she told me to call Marcus. I told her that I wouldn't call him. But I did call Marcus, and no one was at home. So I took that as a sign as we didn't need to talk.
The night we got to Austin, my sister offered to take me to dinner. Now, my sister never offers to take me to dinner, so I had to jump at the chance.
Marcus didn't have a clue he was being set up.
Monica called and told me they were in Austin and everything was set.
So me and Brianna met for dinner, as we planned.
I was looking around for Monica. She told me what she would be wearing.
Who you looking for?
Oh, Brianna, hey, how are you?
Finding you. I take it this is Marcus.
Yes, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I've heard so much about you and I see it's all true.
Oh my goodness.
Well, excuse me, I need to go to the ladies' room.
I need to freshen up too.
Oh, okay. We're sitting over there, okay? We'll do that.
Oh my gosh, Marcus?
Hey.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm in town with my sister. What about you? What are you doing here?
I'm supposed to give you this.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, I'm having dinner with my girlfriend, Brianna.
Brianna.
Yeah. Oh, my dear Reyna and Marcus, Monica and I thought it would be a good idea that the two of you should get together and talk before you tie the knot.
Okay.
Keep your clothes on. Don't have sex. We don't need any little Marcuses popping up in 9 months. Please don't be upset with us. We just want the best for the people we care about. Monica and I are going to 6th Street. You and Marcus take all the time you need. Dinner is on me. P.S. Marcus is cute. Oh my goodness, we were set up.
I can't believe they set us up. I told Reyna I didn't have anything to do with it. But on the inside, I was glad to see her again.
We set them up. The rest was left up to them.
Man, I enjoyed seeing Reyna again. We talked for hours.
So, why aren't you coming to my wedding?
Well, you know, I've been kind of busy in it. Honestly, Reyna, I just couldn't stand to see you walk into the arms of another man. You know, Reyna, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but you know, what the hell. You know, I always wondered if we were in the same city at the same time, and we were both single. Could we,
If we could be together and be happy? Because there was a certain type of chemistry there when we first met. I can't say it hasn't crossed my mind. Look, I probably shouldn't have said that since I'm getting married in a few days. I can't believe I poured my heart out to him like that. I probably shouldn't have.
Now, after dinner, we decided to go to the park and talk some more. And I really didn't want to leave her. And I can tell she didn't want to leave me either. So, Reyna, tell me something.
What?
This Robert guy,
Mm-hmm.
does he make your heart bounce? Whoa. Bad form, Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're funny.
Your fiance. Does he make your heart bounce?
Make my heart bounce. What do you mean?
You know, when you're together, do you get excited or does your heart beat fast?
No, my heart hasn't beat like that since the day I met you.
You know, Reyna, if your heart doesn't beat this fast when he's around, he's not right for you. Reyna, look.
No, Marcus, you look. Robert may not give me that feeling, but marrying him is the right thing to do.
See, that's what I'm talking about. This whole thing doesn't seem right to me. I mean, who is it right for? Is it right for you, right for him, or because it's convenient?
It's right because I love him.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This just doesn't settle with me. I mean, I want what's best for you. And if it's not gonna be me, then this Robert, he better come correct.
Come correct? Who in the hell do you think you are? First Brianna and now you? The two of you are wondering if I'm making a mistake? Look, Robert and I may not have a fairy tale situation, but we love each other. He's here. He's in Austin. Damn you, Marcus, you're not here. Marcus, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say those things to you. It's just Robert's under a lot of pressure at work, and we don't see each other much.
That's what I mean, Reyna. I mean, how can Robert give you what you need and what you deserve?
We'll make it work.
Okay. All right, look. I wish you happiness. I really do. And maybe one day you'll get the love you need and deserve. And that was the last time I saw Reyna before she became Mrs. Robert Maxwell.
Well, Reyna and Robert got married and they went on their honeymoon. And everything was going fine that first year. But then...
Until I walked in on that asshole and saw him with... No. Until I walked... I hate you so much right now, Robert. So we divorced 6 months later. And at the time, the firm that I was working for decided to transfer me to the Houston office. Yes. So I didn't have anything here in Austin. I decided to go to Houston.
Reyna called my brother and told him she was moving to Houston.
Now, when Reyna got to Houston, I helped her get settled in. And since we were in the same city at the same time and both single, you can imagine, it was on.
A year after I got to Houston, he proposed to me, and I said yes.
So, now we're supposed to get married next week. And she promised me that if she goes to dinner with Brianna, it won't be another matchmaking scheme.
So I guess love, romance, time and space did align. Not as quickly as we wanted it to, but it happened. And that's our story.